Hey guys. Okay, so today I'm here to talk about the 12 laws of karma. In this episode, I may only get to like 4 because I don't want the videos to be too long and drawn out, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the first 4. For those of you who don't know, the 12 laws of karma are exactly what they say. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's 12 laws that define exactly how karma works. And I found that these laws are really accurate, and it's just something that I wanted to share with everybody. Not to tell you like this is what you need to do, or to say like this is how you need to live your life. It's not like that. I just really enjoyed watching them work for me, and I wanted to share with anybody who was willing to listen. So with that being said, here's the first law. Number 1, the great law. The great law says you reap what you sow. Karma is a female dog. What you give is what you get. It's all the same. It's just talking about the energy that you put out, or the things that you put out, the words that you say. Any type of energy that you put out, it's coming back to you. Even down to like, if you tell a lie, maybe later on that day you stub your toe, or something stupid like that. It's just any little bit of energy that you put out is coming back somehow, some way. So you have to be mindful of what you're giving off, because eventually it's going to come back to you. If you're wondering why, certain things keep happening to you, maybe it's because of some energy that you put out without even realizing it. So you have to think about that. Everything that you do, you can't just do it just because. You have to be mindful that it's coming back to you in some way, shape, or form. So if you're ready to take on that consequence, whether it be good or bad, then do it. Law number 2, the law of creation. Every single thing that has showed itself to you in life was created by some center source of energy. Nothing in life is coincidental. Everything happens as a direct result of something creating it. So with that in mind, you should want to be intentional about what you're creating, what you're manifesting. Words are very powerful in that sense. What you're saying you are is what you become. Eventually, the energies around you pick up on that, and that's what they think you want, because it's what you keep talking about. If you're like, oh, I'm so broke, I'm so broke, I'm so broke, I'm so broke, you're gonna stay broke. But if in your mind you're like, I'm a millionaire, even though you may not have $1 to your name, if you convince yourself, I'm a millionaire, it happens. That's what becomes your reality, because that's what is being created. That's what's being spoken. That's what's being picked up. The fact that you're a millionaire, not the fact that you're broke. So you have to truly believe that and go deep within yourself and pull that out and go there. So whatever you're saying is being created. And if you don't like your circumstances, you can create new circumstances. Law number 3, the law of humility. If something keeps happening over and over in your life, and it's the same situation over and over again, it's because it's trying to teach you something. And until you get that lesson, then it's gonna keep happening. The most common, example that I can think of would be like an ex that you can't get away from. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, so that's just what I'm gonna use. When you keep going back to that person, or you keep trying to date new people, but they're just like that person, or they have the same characteristics or the same traits, it's the exact same situation. And if it didn't work the first time, there's a reason, and that reason right there is the lesson, or the lesson within the situation that's trying to teach you something. And this situation keeps popping up because you didn't get the lesson in the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or however many times you keep going back into the situation. It's gonna keep happening in the same exact way, because it's the same thing. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. The law of humility says you're not gonna get a different result. But if you can learn a lesson from this situation, then you've done everything that you need to do. Everything in your life is a blessing or a lesson. If it's a lesson, take that lesson, run with it, and never go back. Law number 4, the law of growth. The law of growth says this: if you are in a situation, you realize that you're in that situation, and you realize that it is a lesson, and then you take that lesson and you learn from it, the next step is to grow from it. But in order to grow from it, you have to change. So that means that this situation has to be changed. But you can't change that situation if you are stuck in it because that's all you think about. And according to the law of creation, if you're thinking about it, if you're speaking about it, you're creating it. So in order to get out of that situation, you have to change your circumstances. But to change your circumstances, you have to change your mindset. So changing your mindset from the inside will reflect something new on the outside. So the law of growth says you have to change from the inside in order to change the surroundings. Spiritually, energetically, like everything within will grow when you're able to change your mindset about the situation. A big part of the law of growth is learning to step out of your comfort zone. A lot of people struggle with that because we're told by society that you can't make mistakes. So stepping out of your comfort zone is scary because you're afraid to make mistakes, when it's really the complete opposite. Look forward to making mistakes because you learned how not to do something. When you make mistakes, you grow from them. If you're not making mistakes, you're not growing. And a lot of people are afraid to make mistakes because we live in a society where everybody is like on you about that. Everybody's such a critic. Everybody's worried about what everybody else is doing, and it causes you as an individual to not make mistakes. When you can learn to make mistakes and step out of your comfort zone, you can learn to grow, and you expand yourself as a person, and you expand yourself in every way possible because you're not afraid of what other people think. That is very, very, very important for your own personal growth. Forget what everybody else is saying around you. If you can't learn to step out of your comfort zone for you, nobody's going to teach you to do that for you. So you have to learn to be able to grow. And that law says when you change, you grow. Changing is stepping out of your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone is growing. And that's everything that you could want and more. That's all I've got for this video. I'm going to talk about the next ones in the next videos to come. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Until next time,